Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Art or Temperance card, right? This is the card of kind of walking between the extremes, of trying to find the middle way, of experimenting, right? Of kind of pushing our way through the fire and, well, tempering ourselves. And what was the card that fell out of the pack as I was shuffling? None other than the extreme 10 of Wands, right? So there's definitely this idea of needing to slow down a little bit, right? We've been, I think, pushing the limits here. We've been living at the red line for a little while here, and I think that I really feel as if we've got to pull back a little bit. Right? And what I think is going on is that you've been in the fire. You've been in the kitchen doing the grueling work. Dinner service is almost over. All right? You have to just maybe ease off the gas a little bit and just coast into the finish line, that we're almost there. Right? Well, let's put this all into some context and see what else is going on here. We got a 9. We've got the Lover's card. 7, 5, 3, another 7. We got the Queen of Cups and an Ace of Cups. All of this work, I think, it almost feels like there's all this pressure right now, and what's coming out the other side is going to be a diamond, right? That all this pressure is really leading to something that is going to be extraordinary. But right now, I feel like it's kind of a painful thing. Look, we've got a 7, a 10, a 9. Right up the middle here. This is a lot. It's almost too much. I kind of think that it's, this is someone, let's say, who is, you're working in a kitchen. It's dinner service. It's the busiest, most grueling time of the week. It's Friday night at 8 o'clock in the evening or something, and it's packed. And you're kind of like, you don't have much energy left in you. Your tank is on empty. And you're looking around and you're thinking, this might not be the place for me. I might be, maybe I need to leave. Maybe I need to go do something else. Pretty much anything else in the world is looking a little bit better than where you are right now. Okay? And that's because I think you're really kind of hurting. This is when you just don't have anything left to give, but yet you're still giving more. Okay? Very easy to quit in this situation. Very easy to just give up and say, I'm done, right? I'm absolutely done. But there's a reason why you're not doing that, okay? Because of this 7 of Pentacles over here, we realize that if we were to leave now, if we were to quit now, we'd be left with nothing, right? So there is a certain commitment that you have. And I think that what the cards are saying now is that, yes, it's time to get a little bit of this water. It's time to cool things off a little bit. It's time to take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit, right? Because what happens if you floor the car, if you floor the accelerator in the car, eventually the engine's going to just blow up, I think, right? I mean, eventually. So you've been doing that for a while. Now it's time to ease back a little bit. Right? Ease back a little bit. The Lover's card in the background here, this is something that you've committed yourself to. Okay? You made the decision to be here over being anywhere else. Okay? And that's why it's important that you make a decision like this when you are calm, when nothing else is going on, when you're kind of, you're of sound mind and sound body. You make the decision here because once you get in the kitchen, your mind is gonna want to say, no, 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 no. Right? You're going to want to do anything else but this. That's why you've made this decision beforehand. No matter how difficult this is going to be, you're going to stick with it. Because you know what is coming at the other end of this. You know why. And this could be school. This could be work. This could be a relationship. This could be, I don't know. This could be some spiritual work that you're doing. It could be some sort of health or fitness kind of thing this could be like your gym, And when you are this depleted, anywhere else looks like paradise in comparison, all right? And the Five of Pentacles, I think, in this future position, this is showing that this is all meant to make significant changes. You're not just doing this work for no reason. You're not just here punishing yourself. You're not just here beating yourself up for no reason. There's an intention here. You're trying to bring about some significant change in your life. And that's the Five of Pentacles. Now, this could be a financial change. It could be a physical fitness kind of thing. It could be something, a creative thing that you're trying to do. This could be pushing through the final year of university, right? And you don't want to give it all up now. I mean, you do. Part of you is like, yeah, I would love to. But you know that you're not going to because then you don't get that satisfaction. You don't get that achievement at the end. And think about how great this achievement is going to be. See, I got an Ace of Pentacles up here. I don't feel like this is the beginning of something. I mean, I do in a way, but that's something else. I feel like this is you getting to the summit of the mountain, right? And if you quit now and you go back down the hill, what was it all for, right? You're getting to the very top. And this is the top of that mountain. This is the completion of what you're doing. This is the satisfaction, the fulfillment of all this work. This is the culmination of all of this effort. It's also the beginning of what comes next. Every ending is a beginning. Every beginning is an ending, right? The finish line is also the starting line, that sort of thing. So when we get the Ace, it's definitely an accomplishment. You're getting to the end of something, but it's kind of like this is now the beginning of something else, but on a level higher. Okay? This is the beginning of the rest of your life. The reason why you're doing all this, let's say this is the university course or the trade school or whatever, you're going through this grueling period of time because your life is going to be so much better after you accomplish this, right? And whatever this could be something, this could be, again, physical fitness, it could be something financial, it could be a work thing, could be a particular project that you're working on, right? But right now, it doesn't feel that great. And I think it's difficult right now to see. This is the Queen of Cups. It's in the position of the obstacle. And right now, it's hard for you to see that this could be good. It's kind of hard for you to feel anything but stress and pain and like muscle cramping, that sort of thing. The water energy is very difficult to perceive at the moment. Okay? But I think that the art or temperance card here is kind of saying, look, this is the fire, and you're in the middle of this fire, and there's a good reason why you're here. Right? There is a really you've chosen this, and it is for a purpose. Right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here. We're going to put Mr. Ed, the tiny horse, right on top. Now, I feel like this is you completing some sort of a project or something, right? I feel that we're right at the end. We've almost figured it all out. But the mind is kind of rebelling against the work. It's just like, I don't want to be awake for another minute. I can't put another ounce of effort into something. Your body is tired. Your mind is tired. Okay? And so I think you have to find ways to kind of take a little bit of a break, right? We're not quitting. We're not giving up. We're not losing the momentum. We are just, like if you're climbing the mountain, well, maybe now's the time for the supplemental oxygen. Maybe now is time for you to get drink the water and have one of those protein bars or whatever, and then finish your climb. All right. So we've got we got the two major arcana cards, and it's like you've chosen to get inside of this furnace. You've chosen to enter into this kitchen, this period of it's really it's a trial, right? It's a test. This is the hardest, the most difficult thing you've ever had to do. Okay? But you've chosen to do this because this is where you feel you are meant to be. And this has the best prospects for your future. You know that this is going to be just the best thing. Like you're ready for what comes next. It's just a matter of getting through this fire, right? So that ten of Wands is very, in some ways it's saying that you've already used up your reserves, But there's a secret in this card, I think, which is about allowing other help to come in, A lot of the time with the Ten of Wands, we feel that we're carrying this burden, that this is all on our shoulders. Is there any way that you could lighten the load? Are you doing, let's say you're doing all the work at home, but you're doing all the work, at school, and then you also have a job and all these, you're doing everything. Is there a way that you can kind of pass off some of those duties, right? Is there any way for you to lessen your load a little bit? Is there anybody around you that you can say, hey, come over here and carry some of these groceries, I think that's kind of a suggestion here. That we don't want to lose the momentum, but we've got to find a way to conserve the last little bit of energy that we have, right? And it's kind of like, in these movies that we see where it's just like they have just a very little bit of power. I think Apollo 13, that movie, where they had to shut down everything so they'd have enough gas to get home, right? So they shut down the heater inside the capsule, and they shut down all the lights, and they turned off the radio and all this kind of stuff just to pull every bit of juice that they could toward their main central goal, right? That's kind of what this card's about. Finding ways to be more economical with that little bit of gas we got left, But I think we're very close to the summit here, okay? And we made a definite commitment to this. This was something that, and maybe you made a commitment, maybe there's a partner, maybe you did this with a significant other or a best friend or a family member, a coworker or something. Because I feel like there's somebody around you that you're kind of, somebody there to encourage us, right? Somebody there to kind of keep us on our game, to hold us accountable. So I feel like there's a friend or a family member, so there's somebody with you. They're doing it themselves, so it's not like they're the help for you, but they're kind of the encouragement, right? And they're keeping you on track a little bit. The Nine of Swords, I think, is really the lamentation. It's really us being angry with ourselves for even trying to do this. Right? That this was, and really with this, the air energy that we see, especially with the Three of Swords, the 3, the 7, the 9 of Swords, we're really trying to talk ourselves out of continuing. Okay? Really trying to talk ourselves out of this. But we've got our eyes on the prize. We can see this 5 of Pentacles in our future. We know that things are changing. We know that things are improving. We're making a difference. If this is us at the gym, we can see that I'm a little bit healthier. That this is, if we're trying to lose weight, we're trying to gain weight, we're trying to build muscle, we're trying to improve our fitness, we can see the improvements. And so we keep our eyes. This is kind of the change that we see in front of us. Is kind of the carrot on the stick, that we're chasing, even though we feel miserable in the moment. We can see that this is really having the desired effect. Okay, and maybe this is a financial thing. Maybe this is just really grueling work. Maybe we're putting in extra hours. We're really cutting our budget down. But we can see that those debts, I'm starting to get them paid off, right? It's having the type of effect that you want. Okay, so we kind of have to, in some ways, bite the bullet. We know with the Three of Swords that if we quit now, we're going to just, it's going to be a non-starter. It's going to be a failure to launch, right? We're going to get that 7 of Pentacles. And it's, in a way, these 2 cards, both 7s, it says that if we went and applied ourselves somewhere else, we're going to run into the same problem. That when we get so close to the end and we're so depleted and so stressed out that we're going to quit and go somewhere else, we're never going to succeed in our goals. We're always going to have a problem accomplishing something. We have a good time committing to it and starting it. Maybe we even have a lot of fun at the beginning, but then as things go on, it's hard for us to keep going to the finish line because we always are just like, I just don't want to be here anymore, right? And so we decide to then, and maybe it's happened several times. That's part of the 3 of Swords, is the memory. Maybe we've done this before, where we've committed to something, and maybe we bit off more than we could chew. Maybe. But we get almost to the end of something, and it just becomes too much, and we end up quitting and going somewhere else, right? I think we've done that before. So maybe we're not doing that this time, okay? Maybe this time we realize that I keep pushing, and we're going to get to the top of it this time. This is the time where I don't give up. I don't quit, okay? I feel like Spirit really needed this message to come through to you today, that really very simple. Don't quit. Don't give up. You're almost there, right? Keep fighting, keep pushing. Find ways to make it a little bit easier on yourself, yeah. But don't give up. Try to see the benefit, try to see the pleasure, try to rest and recuperate and take those moments, even if it's just 5 seconds here and there, where you can feel a little bit of that love, a little bit of that joy in what you're doing, okay? Now, I don't know if this is some kind of, I almost feel like it's kind of a boot camp or a training camp or something like that. I don't know if you're like trying out for some sort of law enforcement or something. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot, right? And it's very taxing on you, I think, physically and mentally. And it's hard to really see the joy in it. It's hard to see the beauty of it. It's hard to feel good about anything when every part of your body hurts, right? This is what we gotta try to feel a little bit. Find it where you can. Find the beauty, find the joy where you can. It's just like you're getting tossed around on the football field and you land, you land on your shoulder or whatever, and it's painful, but you see a little flower growing in the grass. And you look at that for just a split second, and it just gives you that little tiny glimmer of hope and joy and beauty in it, right? And then you're able to get up and keep going. Those little things, those small moments in life. Yeah, those small things. Let's do a Metatron Oracle card to go with some of this. Maybe there'll be a little bit of enlightenment here. Let's see. We've got the Akashic Records, evaluation and review. I think that this is kind of, it's a test from your higher self, because I feel like this is something that you have been through before. And maybe the Akashic, maybe this is kind of saying that, look, this is not a new experience for you. That we're looking at this right now, and this is the worst day of your life, let's say. You've been here before. Right? And you're going to keep going through this scenario until we get to the summit, until we push through and we accomplish this. Okay? Because I think this is the beginning of a leveling up. There's something here that Spirit needs you to reach this level, but we're going to keep repeating this until we get there. Okay. Now, we could look at this a different way and say this is something about a romantic relationship. We got the Lover's card. Now, it's not always romance. This is the commitment to something, right? But it could be that we've gotten into a relationship and it's not going well, right? There is perhaps deception. There's perhaps betrayal. There is perhaps codependency. And it's a kind of a dysfunctional thing. It doesn't really feel that great, this relationship, right? But again, we've been here before. This is a habit. This is a routine. This is a pattern that you've done before. It's time to figure this out and get to the summit here. Get to the finish line of something, and maybe this is just about learning the lesson so that we don't repeat this again. Okay, that's one way that we could look at this. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Obviously, I want some water energy, right? I want to see that there is love and joy and beauty at the end of this, that we're passing the test, we're learning the lesson, and now we can be done with that, right? Now we can finally move on to what's meant to come next. Water energy. Yeah, Page of Cups. Page of Cups, I think, is almost the disbelief. It's, again, kind of with the Queen of Cups. We don't believe that there's anything good about this. That it's hard to see the love when we're right in the middle of all this turmoil. Yeah. But this is the promise, I think, that this is the beginning of something really, really wonderful for you. But we've got to learn this lesson. We've got to get through this process, whatever this is. This is that water energy, and it's saying that, hey, look, the good times are just about to start. We've got to learn the lesson so we don't keep repeating the same patterns, the same habits, these same routines, these same programs that are running. Yeah. And we've got to look for the signs. We've got to look for those little moments. Again, there's that fish in the percolator. We've got to look for those little moments that give us a little sparkle, right? The universe is winking at you, yeah? Giving you signs, giving you these little things that you can notice that will give you a little bit of hope, right? A little bit of a reminder that, hey, this is temporary, that there is something greater beyond this, but you've got to get through this. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There is one down below. New readings for Pisces, usually every Thursday and Sunday. I felt like this was a much-needed bonus reading for you. Considering I also missed a reading for you last week. I was sick. I think that this was a message that needed to reach you. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of any tarot reading. You're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.